Awareness Week, also known as ACE Week. So I have been suffering with a respiratory infection for 3 weeks. I keep still losing my voice. So earlier I lost my voice before I had physio. And it's so difficult at the moment because I'm in the middle of packing stuff up to move. That's why I've titled this live stream movie Mayhem. Now, if my voice goes, I have to stop streaming. I have to let you know that because it can just go and then it can be fine again. And other times it's really croaky. So I'm really struggling with my health still. When I move, I should be a lot healthier. So, because it's moldy here and it's got loads of issues. So yeah, I was going to show you some of the movie magic, real life movie magic in progress, the packing, the boxes everywhere. So, asexuality, by the way, if you didn't know, is a sexual orientation that's based on the lack of sexual attraction. I'm asexual. I love being asexual. I discovered I'm asexual in 2014. And I'll be really happy to move because I have a 2-bedroom flat all to myself, which means I'll have more space to do things. And it's double glazing, so it should allow me to have better soundproofing to be able to do live streams and stuff like this. So it'll really help me to do videos for this channel without having tons of noise in the background. Like there's not much soundproofing where I live here. So let's check out the boxes and stuff. So this is my flat at the moment where I currently live, and I get the keys tomorrow to my new place, but I haven't got a mover yet. And can you see there's like literally boxes everywhere? It's like stuff piled high, stuff on the table, boxes all in the corner, you know, including around there. And it's just a nightmare. So me and my best friend are going to take these up to the other place because it's before the removal people take the rest of the stuff, because this is just like taking up a lot of space and we need space to put more boxes because there's just barely getting anywhere to walk. I can walk like just like to get to my stool, but look, I mean there's loads of tape and everything all over the table, so it's a bit of a nightmare because there's literally all this stuff like needs to go. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's still some of this workstation wardrobe stuff that needs going. So, yeah, it's a lot. Cleared all this off, which is good. So, all the DVDs that were up there in boxes, they've all completely gone now. You know, they're gone in boxes. They're not gone to the other place yet. I got so much washing because my place is so small. I'm having to put stuff on the bed and it's dirty stuff, so I'm having to pile up loads of washing. I keep having to wash bedding all the time, which is driving me nuts because it's hard to get dry in this weather. So a lot of these, I had CDs and stuff up here, so this is just what's left to pack on this bit. And then I had loads of CDs up there, which have gone. Stuff on the shelves, these are packed. So my bed's still got to go, but at the moment it's looking like the removal company can't move me until the week after next, which is the very last week I can be in here. So I've still got some stuff, but this had all cuddly toys and CDs on it. This had a wardrobe, which my best friend and me took down yesterday. He did most of the work, so that's got the wardrobe down because we had to have space to pack more boxes. You can see there's some stuff that still isn't packed. Here's some bags. So this was full of CDs as well. That's still full of CDs I haven't packed yet. This is all DVDs in here, CDs, and you know, there's like loads of boxes and stuff. But it's really hard to move anywhere. I've still got this. This is still full up with stuff. So it's a lot. But there was stuff behind this bed. You see there's a cupboard in the wall. There's a cupboard there and there's a cupboard behind here, and all underneath here was stuff. So my best friend got all that out for me. So that's all downstairs in boxes now. And there's also stuff all under the stairs. There's that most of the stuff's been pulled out, but there's still like a filing cabinet and some other stuff. So this is like absolute bedlam, you know. I can't even get my washing dry. This is piled up high because I've had to just shove it there yesterday because we had to move stuff. And so in that I thought was dry, but it's not. It takes ages to dry the bedspread, so that's not really how it's supposed to look. But never mind. It's absolute bedlam. Like this is, I'd be glad to move because look at the current state of this window. This is why my health is probably not so good because look, this was like this before I moved in. This is it's a listed building, so it's like a 19th century building, I think it is. And this full of mold, can you see? And this glass was falling out before I even moved in here, and they just foamed it up. I mean, this is not healthy. So I've got to sort this out. There's a cupboard with loads of stuff in. It's a bit in darkness here. Loads of stuff here. Oh my god, all this stuff's got to be packed. The curver's got to be packed and stuff like that. So all the stuff over there. I don't know if you've even seen this. This is me and a friend I had over here years ago. She's moved to Turkey now. She just got married. Her hair's short now and white, basically. So she looks really different. Yeah, so it's just absolute nightmare, you know? And it's not very good when I'm still recovering from a back injury. I went to physio today. She gave me some more exercise. It's really hard because I've got like over 10 exercises now to do. I don't know, I got 2 new ones today. And I can't barely even remember the exercises I've got to do. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And when I'm still recovering from a respiratory infection, I still get more tired. I'm still coughing a little bit up, but not that much. But my voice keeps going. So I can be talking, going blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it'd be like, I can't speak anymore. So I think what you have to do in life when you've got challenges is you have to remember your health as much as possible. And you have to also think it won't be forever. Like by the 8th of November, I have to be moved out of this flat. There's no arguing about that. That's when my tenancy ends on here. That's when I've paid up till. So whatever happens, however strenuous and difficult it is right now, by the 8th of November, everything will be moved because it has to be. The keys have to be handed back that day. So I have to understand this is temporary stress. This is temporary pain, if you like, and things will be better in less than a month. So I think when you're going through a house move, we all know this is one of the most stressful, difficult things you can do. Now, if you're recovering from an injury, mine is 2 broken bones in my spine, so it's one of the worst injuries you can get for moving stuff, lifting stuff, and all that lot. And also when you're recovering from a respiratory infection like I am, which was very severe. I lost my voice completely for 6 whole days. I've been poorly for 3 weeks tonight, so at 10 p.m. tonight it'll be 3 weeks I've been ill for. So when you're trying to recover from that, it means it zaps the energy out of you more. So you have to remember, do your best, and also remember this time shall pass. It won't be forever. It's temporary pain to have better gain, because the other place I'm moving to is better than this place. It's a 2 double bedrooms, and it's, you know, like all on one level. It looks a lot better. I don't think it's mouldy at all, as far as I know, because the previous tenants who I spoke to when I viewed it, they said they've been there for over 3 years. And one of the things they love about it is there's no mould, whereas before where they lived, there was. So it'll be a proper flat. It'll be the first kind of like really nice proper flat I've had, because most of the time I've had like studio flats. Here is a masonette. It's on 2 levels. The layout's really weird. It's not very well soundproofed because it's such an old building. And so actually when I move, my health should improve because I won't have all this mold situation going on, rotting windows and things like that. I mean, even the shower head has mold in it. It gets moldy in the shower head. That's how bad it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to see if I can go in the shower, like open the shower door for you now. This is a new shower head, right? Look, can you see the black in that? So I removed the shower head, but it's that black, it stays on there. Luckily, most of the water comes out the middle bit, but look at it. This is a new shower head they gave me this year. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so if you look here as well, look, there's literally, can you see this? This is mould growing on the actual wood around the sink. This is my place now, so I will not miss this when I move. I'm going to be really happy to move. Even this window's rotten. Do you know what I mean? So they really need to like do something about it. But the landlord's selling this place. So, you know, I've had to find somewhere to live. Luckily, I found a better place. As far as I know, it's better. So when you look at stuff like that, it makes you glad that you're moving, even though it's like tough and a struggle. Luckily, I've got my best friend helping me. So if you've got good friends or family that can help you, my dad is on oxygen permanently now. I don't know if you know that he was rushed into hospital at the beginning of this year, and thank God he's still alive, because he could have died. He would have died if he hadn't have got into hospital then. So he's on permanent oxygen because his lungs basically collapsed. He can't breathe on his own. Well, he can breathe a bit on his own, but not on normal breathing levels. So if his oxygen goes off at home by accident, so there's been a couple of times when my dad's forgot to actually switch his oxygen on, but he's just been like stationary doing puzzles and stuff like crosswords, and he's actually managed without oxygen being pumped into him for a few hours, nearly 4 hours once. It's not supposed to happen. He's not supposed to do that. But because he's had problems with his lungs for quite a long time because he got asbestos on the lungs, he's managed to be able to be alive with lower oxygen for a longer period of time before he was even in hospital than he should have done. But he's not meant to. When his oxygen goes too low, it's critical. So he has to be on permanent oxygen, which means he can't go very far in the car. So he can't help me move or anything like that, really. So, my mum doesn't drive, so there's just my mum and dad, and I'm an only child, so I don't have any family to like help me move these days. But I've got my best friend who's helped me a lot. He was the one who took the wardrobe down and did a lot of the packing of the boxes, and the heavy lifting, because I really can't do it with my back. And so that's really good if you've got friends who can help you. The removal company seems good that I've looked into. I looked into another one as well, but they didn't even get back to me. They got back to me after the first email and then didn't bother. So the one I think I'll be going with, which is the one that's come and give me they've given me a provisional quote before they came today, but they've got to give me a full quote because I need furniture, ideally disassembling and assembling at the new place, but it might be a lot more money to do that, so we might have to try and do it, me and my best friend, ourselves. But it's hard because there's stuff still in here at the moment, so I don't know if that's possible to do it. And one of them is a workstation wardrobe, which might be too difficult. But I've done it before with my dad years ago, So, you know what I mean? It's hard. It's really hard. But you have to remember, if you've got it going through difficult times, you have to remember with moving, this time shall pass. It won't be forever. It is stressful for a few weeks, right? Maybe it's a few months if you're going to buy a house I'm renting. So it's not, and it's been stressful in the sense that, I was told basically back in, when was it? I was told in September, I think it was, that I need to move out probably because the landlord's most likely selling. And then, October came and I was told that I probably would get notice when my rent was due in October. That's this month. And then I wasn't given notice. So I'm like, what's happening? Because I've now found somewhere to live, but I thought you were giving me notice, but it's like the landlord was going to give you notice from 2 months from next month. So you'd have to be out by the 8th of January. So he's still going to give me notice anyway. So I still need to find somewhere to live. And trying to find somewhere to live before Christmas is the worst time to try and find somewhere. Because most people don't move to like New Year. They're like, New Year, new you, let's go and move. And so they don't tend to move just before Christmas. People want to stay where they are before Christmas, put their Christmas decorations up and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the places in Exeter, my city where I live, is student accommodation. The majority is student accommodation. If you want a place that's really hard to get, and this place I got without it being advertised to anyone else. It's a lot more expensive than this place, but it'll be worth it in terms of my health. It just means that I have to work out how I can be better with my money elsewhere. So there is a supermarket. There's a lot of shops in the supermarket nearby, and I used to go to that supermarket years ago, but I haven't had that supermarket near me for a while. So it does some good deals on frozen foods and stuff, like frozen fish, rather than just getting it in packets. So my voice is going to go again, I think. And so I'm probably going to get some of that. So I'm getting a new fridge freezer that I have to buy because there's not one in place there. And I've got to get a new washer dryer. That's very expensive. They're being installed on Thursday, the day after tomorrow. And the fridge freezer I'm getting has got 40% freezer, 60% fridge, because I tend to use a fridge more than the freezer. But having said that, I should be able to get more frozen food and more frozen food deals at the other place, because there is a supermarket nearby that does some good deals. And the frozen fish can be cheaper than the fish in packets, and they freeze it when it's fresh, really. So sometimes frozen can be quite good. There's mixed things on the internet about whether frozen food's better for you than packet stuff, because packet stuff like fish with no additives, right, that's in a packet that's only got a quick use by date on it, people think it's a lot healthier, which I've been thinking. But actually they say by the time it's packed up and transported, if fish is frozen, when it's first, straight after it's first caught, that can actually be a healthier option than something in a packet that's been transported for hours in vehicles and stuff, transportation. So I think it's interesting. It's very interesting how opinions change on the internet about stuff like that. So when you're moving, it's got it's got a lot of research you have to do, you know? A lot of research into trying to find someone to move you who you think you're going to vibe with, because I don't want removal people who is not going to be friendly. I want removal people who's going to be friendly and kind and welcoming, because obviously they're going to be in my home, moving me from one home to another. And if I don't think they're very nice, it's going to make the whole experience of moving worse. So the company that I had out today, they're a family-run business, and the guy seems to know what he's doing. And I've seen his videos, and he's put together like a pack. You get a pack that tells you all about the company and that. So I think that's really professional. I think they're associated with which is, you know, very good. And so I'm looking forward to probably, you know, working with him. He's fully booked up though next week, so he'll be able to move me to actually the week I need to be out of here. So that's kind of a bit fine. So, you know, that's always a bit of a difficulty, but I think you've got to go with what you feel's best. Don't go with a company who's not going to give you good service. Like the other company, the removal company, I contacted her by email, but you know, the second time they never got back to me when I had more questions. So, and they didn't offer to come out. So I think you've got to go with what you feel's right, you know? So yeah, it's just absolute mayhem, you know. You can imagine like trying to pack stuff. Like I've still got like loads of stuff in here to pack. Look at all this. I'm still using this though. This is like towels and stuff. There's a lot of towels. Yes, I know it's not put neatly, because I just bung it in there and get it out again. I don't believe in messing around, putting everything straight. Yes, it's not straight. So, but look, this is like my affirmations here. I'm fit, strong, bold, brave, motivated, energized now. I'm creative, fun, inspiring, ambitious, determined now. I am persistent, consistent, focused, loved, patient now. I am successful, happy, fulfilled, resilient, disciplined, healthy now. So these are affirmations I've used to help me feel stronger, to recover from 2 broken bones in my spine. And I'm in Matthew Hussey's Love Life Club. Now, Matthew Hussey, if you Google him or go on YouTube and look for him, he's got over 3 million subscribers. And I'm part of his Love Life Club. I paid for the year to be in his club. So I'm getting so much good advice about dating, relationships, and healthy relationships to improve my knowledge and skills to help you on this channel, because I cover dating relationships on this channel. So here's a quote that I've copied from the Love Life Club, and something I like to live by when I was very brokenhearted this year by a relationship that didn't turn out well. So if you are struggling in that way, something that's really important is his quote. Don't settle for a life reduced to telling the same old story. Go out and live a new one. Wait or create. It's up to us. That's Matthew Hussey. And it is very important. Like if you're going through heartache, heartbreak, that type of thing, it's really important to be able to rewrite your story of your life. I didn't really understand what that meant, but what it means basically is that you need to obviously grieve if you're going through a heartache and heartbreak, but you need to look at this as an opportunity to change things about your life in some way, so that you can then write a different story of your life. But if you keep it just the same, then you'll be writing the same old story. If you keep doing the same things, you keep getting the same results. So it means you have to change what you're doing with people, as in stating your needs earlier up front when you're getting into a connection with someone, not settling for people, places, or things that just don't vibe with you, that just don't go well with you, speaking out and having difficult conversations with new people, saying what your standards are. Like, for example, there was a guy who invited me out somewhere and didn't follow through on that. So he said, sorry, I didn't get back to you, but I wasn't feeling well. But he was the one who invited me out. So he should have told me if that was the case, because I was waiting to hear back, because he told me, let me know if you can come. And this is tonight that I want to like go out, right? So I replied to him with asking him for more information. And I replied to him, you know, within a couple of hours. And he should have responded, because he was the one who asked me out, not the other way around. And he didn't. And I said, this is not the way I want to be treated. you know, because I basically couldn't get my work finished. I didn't know what was happening because I like to switch my phone off when I work, and I couldn't because I had to be by the phone to see what was happening with the further information that I asked you to give me, and I responded as you asked me to. So I think it's very important that you maintain your standards and actually set your standards from the beginning. I'm trying to do this with friendships now, connections now, because I do not want to end up with unhealthy friendships or relationship in the future. That doesn't mean to say I'm not going to, because you know, people are deceptive, and you know, you can't control other people and their actions and behaviors, and people can be liars. They can be very good at covering up things. They can do everything right in the beginning and then not later on. But I think if you see red flags earlier on, even in friendships, potential friendships, I think you need to nip it in the bud and say something. You know, you need to say that this is not the way I want to be treated. This is how I want to be treated. And if the person doesn't want to do that, that's fair enough. That's up to them. But then that's the end of the conversation. You know, we've got to get very crystal clear on the type of relationship or friendships we want, and the type of communication we want. And if it's not helping us in some way, if it's not matching our needs, then we need to let that person go and know that we're not chasing after them, we're not going after them, and we'll just stay in our own life and look for better connections. So I think this is really important to know. So I always remember that. I'm actually doing some training soon with Matthew and his team. So, and actually the training's not a Love Life Club thing. It's a training for lots of different people, but it's going live soon. So I've got to go in a minute for that, but I wanted to let you know how the move was going, because it is utter bedlam, you know. Like I said, we've done quite a lot of stuff, packing boxes and that, but there's still quite a lot to be done. You know, this has got to go up here. This is quite expensive, so that's probably going to go by hand. And then all this stuff's going to be packed. And as you can see, it's really, some of it's already packed in there, but it's just really difficult to move anywhere because this is such a small place. Very small place. And through there is a cupboard with some more stuff. I don't even know if you can see it. But anyway, so happy Asexual Awareness Week. As you can hear, my voice is starting to get a bit gruff again. So I'm going to sign off for now. Lots of love. Don't forget to stay ace. And yeah, keep being you. Lots of love. Take care and see you soon. Bye.